everyone. Good morning. I'm Glorikita Monica Sihaan and my NPM 218110016. And now I want to explain about psycholinguistics, and with my subtitle is How Children Learn Language. My lecturer is Dr. Exron Ambarita SS M.Hum. I'm from Fakultas Sastra, Universitas Metodis Indonesia, Medan. Now, I want to explain about child language acquisition. Child language acquisition is known as the development of psycholinguistics. They will typically acquire the first one, an extensive vocabulary, the second two, complex phonology, and the second three, grammatically systems, and the last, equally complex rules for how to use their language appropriately in social settings. And now, I want to explain about perceiving speech. Studies shows that infants can actually hear before they are born. The first one, they demonstrate a preference for their mother's voice stoutly. The second two, after birth and can discriminate between uterine spoken in the mother's native language as opposed to a foreign language by about 4 days of age. The second three, they can discriminate between male and female voices, between stimuli with different intonation patterns. And the last, the infant's ability to make fine distinction among speech sounds. For example, between the English voiceless P and the voice B as early as the first weeks of life. Now, I want to explain about the development of speech production. From vocalization to babbling to speech. The vocalization to babbling, the first one, prior to uterine speech sounds, infants make a variety of sounds, crying, cooing, gargling. And the second two, around the 7th month, children ordinarily begin to babble, to produce what may be described as repeated syllables. And the last, the production of sounds using the intonation contours of the first language is obviously a learned phenomenon, because when infants babble, they follow the intonation contours of the language they hear. Babbling to speech, the first one, they seem to happen by the change coordination of speech articulation. The second two, while a meaningful speech is the sounds must not iterate at random but must match previously heard sounds which are conventionally associated with certain object, need, and so on. 3. Explaining the acquisition order of consonant and vowels. First, in the meaningful speech space, it appears that consonants are acquired in a front to back order, when front and back refer to the origin of the articulation of the sounds. 2. Vowels seems to be acquired in a back to front order. I will explain about parenthesis and baby talk. Now, I will introduce what is parenthesis. Parenthesis is the sort of speech that children receive when they are young. So, the characteristic of parenthesis: first, short sentences and simple structure. Second, older children to adapt their speech. Third, grammatically of input. Fourth, the speech directed to children is highly grammatically and simplified. Fifth, vocabulary simple and short. So, I will introduce what is baby talk. Baby talk involves the use of vocabulary and syntax that is overly simplified and reduced. So, the first one, vocabulary. Baby talk words is that they are supposed to represent the sounds which various things make. The second two, syntax. Syntax plays a less prominent role in the baby talk than does vocabulary. And the last, should baby talk be used? Yes, it is. There is no good reason to be harmful. And now I will explain about learning abstract words. The first one, children acquire the meaning of words begin with the construct and go on to the abstract. The second two, children learn abstract words by experiencing those words. And the last, metaphor also help children to comprehend the abstract concept. And the last, I will explain about memory and logic in language learning. The memory, two basic types of memory operate in language learning. They are, the first one, associative learning, where a connection is formed between an object and the sounds form name of that object. The second two, episodic learning, where world events or situations are remembered along with phrase and sentences that others have spoken. The logic, the first one, children use inductive logic. Second two, young children use deductive logic. So, this is a little my explanation about psycholinguistics, how children learn language. Thank you for attention in this video. Stay healthy and God bless you.